Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards. Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Running pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
He is the best reality show you will find.
Yeah!
Plain and simple, the Braylon Edwards Show. Welcome, everybody. On a hump day, on a Wednesday, to Woodward Sports. The crew is here. Ricky is in the house.
Yes.
Kool-Aid is in the house. I'm Matt Shepard. It's awesome to be with you on this afternoon, and I cannot wait. I hate rushing through life, but I can't wait till 3 o'clock.
Right.
You know why? Because at 3 o'clock, we got Braylon's Breakdown. And
Hey!
It is the best segment on Detroit television or radio. Stop.
And that's being
Full stop.
modest. That's being modest as well, Shep.
I'm telling you right now, I cannot flip and wait. I want the first hour to fly by, and folks will absolutely love it. And the reason I bring up reality TV, has anybody watched the SEC show on Netflix? Raise hands.
Can't say I have.
What the hell's going on here? Okay, Noah, our intern has. Thank you. Is it good stuff or what? It is phenomenal. So my question is, and just so you know, it's going to every team in the SEC, giving them the all access. It's Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Okay? But it's not, they haven't shown Texas, they haven't shown Alabama, they haven't shown Georgia.
Then it's not the SEC show.
Yeah, who else is it? Who else is in the
Then
SEC?
it's not the SEC show. Who are you showing me? Ole Miss, Mississippi State?
Well, are you trying to tell me it's not good content? So the
I'm not
NFL
saying
Hard
it's not
Knocks,
good content.
it's really good content. It's unbelievable
Right.
content. Like
Okay.
every conference in America should be saying, this is what we should be doing. And I think it justifies that the big wigs of that conference are not in it, and all the other schools that are in it realize the importance of the show.
Yeah.
Why in the world does the Big Ten not do it?
I don't know. I don't know what the show is yet. You know, you said the big wigs aren't in it. You're talking Georgia, talking Alabama. When I think of SEC, these are the first two teams I think of, and maybe LSU, now Texas and Oklahoma. So the fact that they're doing it, I don't know why the Big Ten would do it. What is the gain from doing a show like this? And also, I'm excited to that Braylon's Breakdown. You kind of skim through that. Like, I have like you got to let it breathe a little bit, Shep. I know you're excited, but you can't just do that and not let me speak on it, man. And let me say something.
You're going to have a whole hour to speak on it, and no one's a bigger fan than I am.
But I want the people to hear this part. Look, man, I don't care how long you've played any type of game or any profession. When you don't tap into those things that made you great at that profession or made you a part of an NFL team, an MLB team, an NBA team, NHL gets love as well, you tend to forget. Your knowledge just becomes, a couple things that you remember. But you have to tap into spaces so that you can continue to remember what it is, the teachings I got when I was in college, the teachings I got with different offensive coordinators when I was playing with different wide receiver coaches and then different quarterbacks. Doing this segment, I appreciate you guys because I appreciate the fans. I have tapped back into the love for football. Like, I'm sitting at home now and I'm watching film. I'm watching wide receivers. I'm actually restudying what it means to be a defensive coordinator and what, Johnny Moe is going to have to see this year when he's playing against certain teams, how certain DBs could affect what Isaac Tesla is going to do, how certain DBs can affect what J-Mo is going to do. So I really appreciate these segments. It is going to be fun because I'm tapping back into that knowledge. If you don't practice something, you lose it. Because you can't tell me if Tiger Woods didn't pick up a club for 20 years and he went out there just to play. He would feel the rust.
Yes.
No matter how good you are, you feel the rust. So I'm shaking the cobwebs loose for the sport that I love.
Well, it's going to, I'm telling you, folks will, it's evident, all right? And you're right. Tiger Woods would feel some rust. He'd still beat the crap out of all of us, but that's
100%.
okay.
I'm sorry.
That's why he's one of the greatest of all time. But the reality show segment that I was referring to, I'm wondering what your guys' favorite reality show truly is, because it really gives you a
Life.
window.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I say this to my kids all the time. Sports is the greatest reality show.
Yeah.
Because you know what you're seeing.
You can get everything from it, too.
Yeah, and all the other reality shows, they're Hollywood-esque. They're all made up. This Love Island or whatever it's called. You think that's real? Smoke another one. That's not the case at all. Right?
I like Drewski Show.
Could have been.
I like
Could have been records.
I like Drewski Show. Could
What
have
is
been
that?
record.
Could have been
Educate me.
Nothing to concern you because there's nothing educational about it.
It's absolutely nothing. Yeah.
It is absolute filth.
You could go through
It
life
is
and never see it and
smut
be completely
TV
fine.
at its finest.
Yeah, it's
It's-
not that important.
It's just reality TV for me is what I go to disconnect from the real world.
Yeah.
So when I'm watching if I'm allowing myself to watch reality TV, it's something that's going to completely disconnect. It is not something any way, shape, fashion, form related. But I will watch the shows. I watch the quarterback shows. I watch the receiver show. I watch the starting five in the NBA. Kind of eager to see season 2 of that because everybody they had on the show directly affected the NBA Finals last year except Shea. So, but I'm old. Like real world, love and hip hop and all those things, they took me away from reality TV.
You would I think you would really like this show.
Okay.
It does give you some insight. Here's the thing I noticed, and yes, they follow Vanderbilt. Wait for the smart-ass comment. Here it comes. Go.
First major school to offer me a scholarship
I didn't know that.
was Vanderbilt, and their sales pitch was, that's funny, and their sales pitch was, Braylon, you can wear whatever number you want here. You can wear 3. We know you want to wear 1 if you go to University of Michigan. You can wear 1. Whatever you want to wear, you can wear it here. If you come here, we have a quarterback coming in 1 year that will light up the SEC with you. You'll break all types of records. Do you know who that quarterback was?
Joey
You probably
Harrington.
know. Huh?
Joey Harrington.
No, it's not Joey because I'm younger than Joey. This quarterback is a year or 2 younger than I am. He played in this division for a different team, and he gets a rap as he just did not care.
Jay Cutler.
Chicago. Jay
There
Cutler.
he is.
Yeah.
Color.
Good call.
Likes
Jay
that,
Cutler
yes.
was the guy that would end up coming there to Vanderbilt. So I was playing with Jay.
Yeah, he could
I wasn't waiting for Jay Cutler. I'm sorry.
I don't blame you.
I wasn't waiting for Jay Cutler.
But he could have used you.
Jay Chopper.
100%. We would have broke some records, but yeah, he was the quarterback there. So Vanderbilt's a very intelligent school.
It's a beautiful campus.
Yeah.
No question. But they when they followed them last year, they had this quarterback who transferred there, and his name is Diego Pavia. And I don't know if you had a chance to watch him play it all last year. But there's a fine line. I was watching this with my son last night, and he was a college athlete. And I said, is this dude a douchebag? I'm just trying to figure out the young person's equivalent of
What
what
are some
a
of the things that he
douchebag is.
did?
He literally said to one of the guys on his team, when I lead you to a bowl game, so that's a problem for me, lead you to a bowl game, you can thank me. I want you to say thank you. So that's strike number 2. It's all about him constantly. I'm a winner. I'm this. I'm one of those people who believe, let other people do your talking for you. So I said to my son, is this dude a douchebag? My son goes, I would tell him to F off as soon as he said to me, I'm going to lead you to a bowl game and you can thank me. Thank you? What about the wide receivers? What about the offensive linemen? What about the running backs? Just turns out to be a complete jackass, but it's great insight to football and the film room and the coaching players relationship and all that stuff.
It's also great insight to why he's at Vanderbilt and nowhere else because that that behavior is not going to be tolerated. Like maybe Caleb Williams. I don't know what it was like when he was out there at USC. I don't know what the locker room was like or what the sidelines were like. Maybe him. With that being said, you got guys winning Heisman trophies that don't act like that. Whether it's Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels. Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, J.J. McCarthy was traditionally known. Every time he got to the microphone, he couldn't wait to give the kudos to somebody else on his team. You go down that list. Spencer Rattler was a guy that I heard talk about his teammates, and I think he's going to be a decent quarterback in the NFL, at least this NFL. That's not tolerated. And I know you can blame NIL and they're getting paid and this is the new athlete. That is BS. That is Diego, how you say his last name?
Pavia.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
That's him. That's not tolerated or accepted.
The other thing is the coach says the only thing that can stop Vanderbilt football is Vanderbilt football. And I'm thinking, pump the brakes.
Wait,
no,
now
did
it's
you
his
notice
coach
that,
too.
Noah? I mean, huh?
In that case, it ain't Diego. It comes ain't for effect. It comes from his head coach. This is the energy that he's admitting.
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's not even. It's not like it's Jalen Milroe in Alabama,
And
who
once
might
again,
have something to
he's
say
humble.
about it. He's humble. I'm just saying. No, you watched it, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
so what, has Vanderbilt been stopping Vanderbilt for the past 30 years?
Exactly.
Or
Thank
what?
you.
exactly. I
Man,
mean, but isn't that what you took away from it? What'd you
Yeah,
think?
I wonder if he'd have that same chip on his shoulder had he not beaten Alabama.
Well, he was talking like before he beat Alabama.
That
He was
was
talking
before?
like it. Yeah, that was
Okay.
before. Yeah. I thought it was the perfect example of a D-bag in sports and why
that's
some
wild.
people just don't like guys. So there's a fine line, Braylon, between being cocky, confident, and self-absorbed.
Let me ask you this question. If it's a quarterback that we believed in, how do we look at the situation?
Same way.
Okay. Granted, somebody else beat Alabama after saying that they were going to do it. Long time ago, won a Heisman Trophy, and that guy was Johnny Manziel. If Johnny Manziel would have said, hey, look, y'all just, when I get there, worry about saying thank you, I believe he would have said it.
I don't have a problem with predictions.
But at the same time, like him, it's like, I don't have a problem with it either.
Yeah, if Rick Leach wants to predict
Diego?
that they're going to go in and beat Ohio State, that's cool. If Drew Henson wants to do that, if Tom Brady wanted to do
Rasheed
that,
Wallace.
I'm okay with all that. Yeah. It's
the
about
we.
it's about the
It's the
about
we.
the
When
I.
we win.
It's
Yeah,
when we win.
Yeah.
When we go to a bowl game, you and I are going to celebrate.
True.
It's not when I lead you to a bowl game.
Right.
You're going to say thank you. Excuse me.
I think what happens is with the money that these kids are being given in NIL space, and now this quarterback is making way more than everybody else on his team, I think they tap into what they perceive the NFL players' attitudes to be. They may be tapping into, man, I know that Tom Brady probably acted this way. Insert Josh Allen probably acts this way. Lamar Jackson's probably like this. Like, they don't understand that that's not what it's about. That that's not what winning is, and that's not what the team game is, because they're trying to figure it out at 18, 19 years old with $2.5, $3.5, $4 million, coming their way or has come their way. A little bit different.
Yeah, they need to watch some more social media with Josh Allen and how he handles himself. He's pretty impressive. Today, the Lions and Dolphins met at Allen Park for a dual practice. They'll do it again tomorrow, and then they will play Saturday in what will be the Lions' third preseason game of the year and Miami's second. By all reports that we have heard, and you've got some peeps in there, and they have reaffirmed to you, Detroit beat the living snot out of the fish out there.
Yeah, it was bad for the Miami Dolphins, which I was actually intrigued to see how this would play out. Not necessarily on the defense side of the ball, defensive line at least as well. You got Chop Robinson, Bradley Chubb. Those are some guys that I want to see how our offensive line matched up against. I think that was the only thing where I thought where we would struggle. The offensive line, Bradley Chubb, Chop Robinson, figured we'd struggle a little bit in there. They didn't even struggle there. I knew on that offensive side of the ball that team tool has not looked the same that they did 2 years ago, but still interested. The word that I heard coming out of camp is Tyreek Hill couldn't get open. Jalen Waddle struggled. Those DBs were lock, step,
That's awesome.
and key. The film that we showed you last week and the week before of the DBs and the interaction that they were having with the wide receivers, that's what they did to those wide receivers. And I don't think the physicality mixed with the speed and the angles that the DBs play with, I don't think Miami was ready for that.
LFG, man. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
That's one of the more encouraging things that you could possibly hear is how strong. You and I have talked about this. We've kind of contemplated what is the strength of this football team. And you could make the case that the defensive back, when healthy, defensive backfield, the two safeties, and let's put three corners because your breakdowns of Amik Robertson has been awesome. Okay, so that's building people's confidence if they're smart and watching the Braylon Edwards show. Let's say 5 guys back there. Yeah. Those 5 guys, that might be the best unit. Yes, I said unit on this football team, at least in camp right now.
Yeah, you definitely did see a unit. Yeah, I mean, I think it will be either them or their mirror image will be the wide receiver room. I think that's where I would say the best unit. To quote what
you're not
said.
saying that because you're a wide receiver.
I'm not saying it because I'm a wide receiver. I'm saying it because you have an emerging wide receiver in Jamison Williams that we expect to go from 1,000 to at least 1,150, maybe 1,200 this year. Also, you got 2-time All-Pro in Amon-Ra St. Brown. Then you have a steady vet in Tim Patrick. And then you have a young superstar in the making. Still got to pump the brakes. A lot needs to happen with Isaac Tesla. Like, make sure you hear that from me. Pump the brakes. He's not in anybody's Pro Bowl or Hall of Fame yet, but there is something there.
He hasn't played him.
100%. Exactly. There is something there, though. So when I look at that, Khalif Raymond as a fourth, excuse me, I like this receiver room, but I think I would give the nod to the DB room. I like DJ Reed coming over from the Jets. We saw what he's been for the last 2 years, pretty much the last 6 years of his career. Terrian Arnold, a lot of flags last year. But at the same time, what was the defensive line last year? You know, and this was a young guy trying to figure himself out. He was very aggressive at Alabama. That's what Alabama football is. So
More at the beginning of the year than the
Yeah,
latter stages of the
exactly.
year. I had a friend of mine who told me at least he's in position.
Yeah.
Okay, so he may have gotten flagged too many times for your liking, but he's in the right position to make the play.
Yeah.
That means he's playing fast.
Yeah.
How much do you take that into account?
100%.
Okay.
Like, he's where you're supposed to be. There's just a little something extra at the end. Like you said, like when he's in position, when you got a guy that when the ball's in the air, he has a chance to make a play on the ball, you've done your job almost. Like, that's the point where Terry and Arnold was last year. When the ball was in the air, 90% of the time he had a chance to make a play. He was in the right position. That's what you want. You can tone down the extra holdings at the end, being out of position, forgetting to turn your head towards the ball and not just be facing a wide receiver. Those are things that get better with year two. So I think you'll see a big jump from him, and you cannot take out the importance for a cornerback, the defensive line. When you got guys getting to the quarterbacks, getting the quarterbacks on the ground, having to pass the ball a lot faster, quicker drops, it makes it that much harder for the wide receivers. When you can sit back and just let the receivers do their thing, I don't care if you're C. Woodson, I don't care if you're Rod Woodson, I don't care if you're any of the Woodsons, Darren Woodsons, you're going to get cooked from time to time, or you'll be out of position from time to time, and you'll have to hold here. I think he'll be better this year. Learn the game.
How often did you, when you played, do the dual practice deal?
We only had one. Like, I didn't have any in San Fran. I didn't have any in Cleveland. Nobody wanted to practice against Cleveland. Why would you? At least back then, you know. New York. When I was with New York, we actually did one against the Jaguars. We did one of those joint deals, and they were cool. You get good work. It's good to see other people.
Yeah, is that the biggest benefit? I was going to ask you what the benefit
Yeah,
is.
like, you've seen the same guys for the last 3 weeks. I know these guys. Like, if I'm St. Brown, like, I know what I know what Amik Robinson's gonna do. I know what DJ Reed's gonna do when he lines up. I know what insert players. So you're getting the same looks, and they know what you're gonna do. I know Amon-Ra's gonna come with the same BS moves. So as opposed to actually check him at the line of scrimmage, let me just go sit where I know the ball is going. You can't get good work like that. When guys are cheating, when you play guys that haven't seen you, don't know what you're going to do, and in their mind, there's a wide variety of options, shoot, now it's authentic. Now it's a game-like atmosphere. Now you can really test, where you are in relation to the relationship with your quarterback.
But some would argue that you would probably get better reps against better players, and the Lions have better players. So the Lions' ones on defense should get better against the Lions' ones on offense, because the Lions' ones offense is better than Miami's ones on offense.
Not necessarily, because the Lions' ones on offense, they both know what the other side is doing. They both have been practicing against minicamp, training camp, go back to last year. So you start to come up with shortcuts in your head. Like, when I was playing against Revis, I know Revis liked to press strong with the inside arm, really not let you go inside at all. Like, he was determined to not let you get inside. I knew this. So I used to always mess with him. I used to bulldoze at front so many times he got pissed, and now I got him out of his game. Woo, woo, woo. I don't know that about the Jags DBs. Yeah. I don't know that about insert another team that's not the AFC East. That's where it helps, because it's honest. It's real-time movement. It's real-time evaluation of another player.
How much are you going to read into the fact that Detroit was as good as they were today against Miami? And with your insiders, the guys who you know and who are there, your peeps, besides the defensive backfield, what else were they impressed with?
My peeps, I love that. Bradley Chubb and Chop Robinson, they didn't have anything coming. Bradley Chubb, at least, is already one of the best defensive linemen in the league at his position, at least. He's been a stud for the last 5 years. Chop Robinson, we expect to be that. This offensive line is moving and shaking. Isn't this a big question mark we had?
Yes.
What does Taylor Decker have left? We know Penei Sewell, he's the only one on the outside. What is Ratledge going to be? What is Graham Glasgow going to play? What is it going to look like?
What's Christian Mahogany?
Yeah. So to hear that there was no movement out of Bradley Chubb, that there was good hand placement by Ratledge and where it was supposed to be, where it was good foot, where it was good kickbacks into his drive into his first step, things like that go a long way. Dolphins, they're not that much. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
No.
But they are still a team that has been floating around 10-7, 9-8 for the last 3 years. They have some players. Tua, for whatever you want to say about him, Tua is a decent quarterback in this league. Like, he's decent. And they
He's
could
a decent starter. I would agree with
100%.
that. Yep.
The other thing,
top
too,
tier.
is Mike McDaniel was a big game planner. Like, Mike McDaniel was well thought out. Like, he circled his calendar knowing that he was going to see this Detroit Lions team. And he was going to make sure that he came in with some stuff. And the fact that he had this opportunity, make sure he came in with some things for his players to get better, and they struggled.
Yeah.
It let me know that the Lions took it very,
Don't
very
you think they're
serious.
holding some stuff back, though?
Yeah, but at the same time, you still got to come with a game plan. You're not coming here just to say we went to Detroit and got our ass whooped,
Yeah.
and then we went back to Miami, but it doesn't count because there's 3 weeks before the season. Whenever you play against another team, another franchise, you're representing the name on the front and the name on the back. And the Dolphins came up here to represent both, and both got their ass kicked. So
I love some of the comments in the chat, and they're right. When you practice the right way, the game days are easy. That's from Nitty Gritty 313.
Hey, shout out Nitty Gritty.
you can practice the right way and still have a bad Sunday because you're not prepared and because your coach didn't put you in the right position. You know, but to your point, you practice hard, you practice the right way, you do things the right way, you'll have good results. Not always, though.
Bryce Cooley says the preseason is stupid. The Lions lost half their players because of the preseason. We're not going to the Super Bowl because of the injuries from the preseason. Well, first of all, that's not true.
Factual.
Right.
Yeah.
They've lost some players before the preseason, and they lost some players not in a preseason game. You've got to go through training camp.
Yeah.
If he's talking about training camp, dude, what are you supposed to do? Enos Rakestraw, he was injured. Onzworke was injured. These guys were injured. They weren't injured in the game. They were injured in either practice or prior to. So I'm not sure what he's referring to there. I don't think the preseason's stupid. I might be too long, but I don't think it's stupid.
Preseason isn't stupid. Having preseason games and not playing them is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, that part is stupid. The preseason is there to get you in a physical rhythm for what the season provides. Like, there's going to be a long, grueling season. You want to get timing right. You want to get your routine right. And you also want to get that physicality of actually tackling, wrapping up, penalties, just the little nuances, the annoyance of the thing. That's what the preseason is for. We have a coach that doesn't like the preseason and chooses not to play the first-string players. So I can see how you say the preseason is stupid. Not utilizing the preseason is stupid.
Agreed, 100%. It's necessary. I mean, most sports, you're practicing. Baseball's the only sport where you're playing games on a regular basis. You don't practice. You had a day off, a rare day off. Yeah. There was a time a few years ago, I was calling games, it was 21 of 22. 21 games in 22 days.
That's wild.
Okay? Football, you can't do that because, it's a collision sport. But also, football, and the reason some kids actually don't like football is because you practice all week to get to one game.
Yeah.
Whereas baseball, you're playing all the time. Hockey, you're playing quite a bit. I mean, you have morning skates and you do have practice. Basketball, you do have some practice. But football, it's more practice than games.
Yeah.
So how else are you supposed to get better? You got to do it.
Yeah, 100%. That's crazy. People always ask, what's the hardest sport? The one you only play one a week. How about that one? No, but I always like to slip that in there.
So somebody else in the chat, I find this kind of a little hyperbolic. With the Tigers fading fast, losing the game to the White Sox yesterday, I'm already ready to look forward to the football season. I think we're all looking forward to the football season.
Yeah,
I want to speak
regardless.
for everybody there,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
I get really excited when the preseason begins, even more energized when the regular season begins. To say the Tigers are fading fast because they lost last night to Chicago, who played much better in July than they had the might be a little bit overboard. Look at the last 10 games. Detroit's 5-5. Folks. Toronto, who's got more wins than anybody in the American League, is 6-4. Boston, who's been on a major roll to get back into it, is 6-4. You look at the Seattle Mariners; they're on a huge roll. They were 8.5 back, or 7 games back on July 3rd, I believe. And look at where they are now. They're tied with Houston, who is 6-4, by the way, in their last 10 games. You look at the Mets, who have a massive payroll, the largest payroll in all of baseball. They've lost 8 of their last 10, and the Dodgers are 4-6 in their last 10. Does that mean that they're falling back? Does it mean that they're falling apart and they're fading? I don't know if I'd say it's fading. It's been disappointing, but I don't know if it's fading.
I tend to agree with the chat. I think they're fading fast. And it's no disrespect. Can you get out of it? Sure, 100%. You still got the skipper, and you still got the players, and you have the experience from last year. But with that being said, 2-3 weeks ago they were 13 games ahead. Now they're 4.5.
So they're 5.5.
Okay, excuse me, 5. At what point do you say they're not fading? Last week it was 9. The week before that it was this. They keep coming down to the point where you're gonna blink. You're going to. Wrong choice of words.
Yeah.
You're getting to the point where you could blink, and we can be looking at a 2-game lead.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing here is a lot of teams got better at the trade deadline. They're taking advantage of it, although Milwaukee has won 11 in a row. And they didn't. And they beat the crap out of Pittsburgh yesterday, 14-0. I mean, they chased Paul Skeens after.
That's what it's supposed to look like when you play the Pittsburgh Pirates. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, that's okay.
I got a little too
You got
excited.
carried away.
Hey, all I'm saying is, you see what some teams have done. San Diego's 13-3 in their last 16. That's why they've made the push. It helps them that the Dodgers came back to earth a little bit, but it helps that San Diego has gotten that much better. They were 8.5 games back on July 10th. Cleveland has made up 10 games since July 10th.
After selling.
After
trade
selling.
deadline.
Good point.
Yeah.
So they sold, Detroit bought, and yet it's still not making a difference. I think that's what has people on edge a little bit, and rightfully so.
Can I ask a question? How much do you take into account the beginning of the season is a time where teams are figuring things out? Every sport. You're figuring out what's going on. You're figuring out the rhythm. You're figuring out how the roster is going to finally slide itself, how guys are going to play together, blah, 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 blah. You're figuring out the things. Tigers figured that out fast. They figured it out faster than anybody this year in the majors. The other 29 teams stood no chance in terms of what the Tigers were figuring out. Now, here we are after trade deadline, getting closer to September. Seems like the levels are balancing out a little bit, and the teams that made moves and the teams that started slow, now they're finding their levels, and maybe in the Tigers, it's changing a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I try not to judge too quickly.
Okay.
So, for example, Milwaukee started 0-4 and was a -32 in run differential.
Yeah.
The Brewers, who have the best record in baseball right now, were 25-28 through May 24th.
Yeah.
Since that time, the Brewers are now 49-16. If they played that level of baseball over a 162-game stretch, they would have 122 wins.
Wow.
So I try not to be too judgmental early, but at some point you've got to come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Did we conclude this when Detroit was the first team to 40 wins, 50 wins, or 60 wins? We didn't. Then Milwaukee became the first team to 70 wins. Or maybe it was Toronto. It might have been Toronto. Either way, it wasn't Detroit.
Yeah.
I think what people have witnessed with the Tigers is that they want them to do more at the trade deadline. They had some deficiencies. They didn't believe in certain things. Some of those things have come true, and other teams address their needs more vigorously, and they have become better at it. Yeah. And when we thought Detroit was the best team in all of baseball, at least in the American League, we've now seen, Toronto's pretty good. Yeah. Seattle's pretty good. Houston's pretty good. And then if you want to throw in the National League, we always knew the Dodgers were good. The Padres improved. Milwaukee's really good. Philly's good. Now it's panic. Yeah. And I get it, because no longer should you be the favorite to win the American League or win the World Series, and people are frustrated because they felt like there was an opportunity there and Detroit didn't seize it.
Also, too, like when you're operating like this and you get to a trade deadline in any sport, people want you to bring in a player that you instantly see a result from.
That's right.
They want to see a pitcher come here, strike out 8, win a game, and now you're looking at you got a number 2. They want to see a batter that you brought in. This guy's gotten on base, like he's batting. Insert what his batting average is. Insert how many runs he's accounted for over the last 5 games or so, and they just don't have that trade deadline player that's done anything for them. Yeah. And I think it's easy to look at that and say, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, and it's not a closer. It's not Kyle Finnegan at the end of your bullpen where he's looked good in his three opportunities to come in and throw some gas on the fire.
Yeah.
I think it's more impactful guys who are starting games and batting it on everyday lineup. Quick timeout. Later on, don't forget, 3 o'clock, it's Braylon's Breakdown. Super excited for that when we come back. The best players in the NFC North. Ooh. The top 10, how many would be Lions on your list? We'll get to that with Braylon Edwards when we come back after the best of the best and Ben Johnson.
Check this out. All of them, in my opinion, but let's get into Ben Johnson. Look, man, Ben Johnson is the fighter, and he wants to fight for you. Justice, it means different things to different people, but for him, it's an opportunity to show you why he's the fighter. VinFights.com, that's what you want to go to. You want Ben Johnson and his group to be a part of what you do. If you've got a case, contact the fighters at Ben Johnson Law today, VinFights.com, and get the justice you deserve. Tough, tenacious trial lawyers. That's what you're getting when you go to Ben Johnson. Let them represent you. Let them win for you.
And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I haven't been able to get in the chair for about a week and a half, and I haven't enjoyed myself. So you know what I'm saying? If you get a chance, going down to Massage Chair House and getting into one of these chairs, man, you gotta check out Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills. They're the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, with the top brands of massage chairs like Infinity or in Osaki. They are located on the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road. Make sure you experience luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan. He's the wellness doc, creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel in the world, Craig. Not just the city, the world. Book a visit. Book a visit right now, massagechairhouse.com, or scan the QR code. Massage Chair House, your ticket to the ultimate recovery and relaxation.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
We like to think that things are smooth in the Motor City. Well, Sunday's just got a lot smoother thanks to Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea and the Woodward Sports Network. Real vodka, real iced tea, no bubbles, clean, crisp, and really, really good. It's only 100 calories and 4.5% alcohol. Yep, perfect for tailgates, couch gates, wherever you're watching the football of the Lions or the National Football League, college too. It all works, no question, with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, and here, of course, with Woodward Sports. We've got our post-game shows. This would be perfect for us to partner that with some of the food that we get in studio and then enjoy each other's company. So this season, let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser and Woodward Sports, but please, drink responsibly.
Man, well, you want to get your car washed, there's only one place to go to, and that is Jack's. With over 40 locations around Michigan. Excuse me, let me get this right. With over 40-plus locations around Michigan, this is the place for you. And also now, partnering up with Woodward Sports, we want to get you a free car wash at Jack's. So how you do it? Text WSN2 888-522-1729 and get you a free car wash. But if you don't want to do that, how about you get yourself unlimited membership? Now, it rains a lot here in Michigan, at least it has this summer. What's the point in getting a car wash for $25 and then you have to get it again the next day for another $25? Not now. That unlimited plan is $29.99 per month, and you can wash your car as many times as you want in that month. Does not matter. You will not be charged a penny extra than the $29.99 that you spend per month. Jack's, man, it's the place where I go. It's the place where you should.
And we back.
I believe that too. Like, I don't blow smoke. The places that I actually talk about up here, I go to.
Yeah, I concur 100%. We do not do these reads unless we use the product. Period. Okay. So I just want people to know that we don't need to do the reads. All right. Somebody else can do it. Kool-Aid could do it. Ricky could do it. Braylon could do mine. If I'm reading it, I'm using it. Okay, so that's my vow to you.
He was specific about that too.
Very specific. Yeah. Top 10 players in the NFC North. First, before we begin this discussion, I think the NFC North is the best division in the National Football League. Where am I wrong in that, if at all?
Let's see. They were last year. Coming into this year, just looking at the math right now.
I used to think the AFC North, but Pittsburgh's fallen down a little bit. Okay.
True. AFC North will still be a fight. I mean, if you look at it that in that lens, Baltimore, Cincinnati are two. Well, I guess they didn't even make the playoffs last year. Well, you know that the Bengals will be better. Aaron Rodgers.
Their offense is awesome, but their defense it's a problem.
What about the AFC West?
The AFC West, it's Kansas City, maybe the Chargers.
Don't forget about the Broncos, Sean Payton, Bo Nix.
Yeah, probably have to show me a little bit more, and I'm sure Pete Carroll will do a good job of the Raiders, right?
Okay.
But you think it's as good as the NFC North? It's a good debate.
NFC North had it for me. I think you look at, Jordan Love would be fine with his injury, and then eventually Minnesota be. That's the thing, though. What is Minnesota going to be with J.J. McCarthy?
Right.
They don't have Jordan Addison for the first 4 games because of his suspension. Mm-hmm. Now they don't have Rondale Moore for the year. Rondale Moore is one of those players in the slot. J.J. could get the ball too quick and fast. It helps out a young quarterback. They no longer have that option, so I think they will struggle early on. And then the Bears. Nobody technically in this room believes right now Caleb Williams, the Bears, and what they're going to be. So I think
that is correct.
It's just easing up a little bit for the Lions.
100% agreed.
Yeah.
Devil's advocate would say if you believe in Ben Johnson as much as people did here in Detroit, and Caleb Williams, a Heisman Trophy candidate, has as much talent as we think he does, the two together should make for a better team. And considering their defense was already good, they've improved their offensive line, and their skill positions are as good as just about any team in the National Football League.
Very true. However, I think with Ben Johnson, he's coming into a system that already exists. He's trying to change a culture in Chicago that has been fractured for a very long time. And he's trying to do it with a young, temperamental quarterback that has a lot of ability, but he has a lot of other things as well. It's a little bit different here in Detroit. A little bit different than when he was coaching here in Detroit. You had pretty much a bunch of players in 2021 that were barely on rosters in other places, and a bunch of young draft picks that were trying to fix this thing together. And I think everyone was on the same page. We want to be in the NFL. We want to be a better version of ourselves, and we want to get this thing with Dan Campbell rocking and rolling. I don't know if that's the same energy in Chicago.
He also had veterans who have won before to help him guide the offense a little bit. So when you have a guy, I'm not saying it's all about the quarterback, okay? Yeah. When you have a guy like Jared Goff to lead the way and help carry out your message, that goes a long way compared to a guy like Caleb Williams. You know, I don't know if DJ Moore can do just that for Chicago as a wide receiver, but when you're in that huddle and you're looking for somebody and you got your quarterback who's still trying to learn it just like just about everybody else is, and on the other hand, you've got a guy like Jared Goff in Detroit who's kind of calming everybody down, there is probably a difference there. But I figured, you know, there might be a little bit pushback. I think either way, the NFC North is at least in the conversation
they are.
for best division in all the National Football League. Picking their top 10 players is something that somebody did on social media, ML Football, credit to them. They picked their top 10 players in the NFC North. Very good debate, all right? We could do this with just about every division if we wanted to. But because the Lions play in the NFC North and because we know the NFC North so well, we decided to kind of join that conversation, all right? So how do you join that conversation, and how do you make sure that you're getting the 10? Here's who they had as their top 10. They had Justin Jefferson. They had Penei Sewell, Aiden Hutchins. You could see 4 of the top 6 are Detroit Lions. All right? So you see it. Jalen Johnson's a hell of a player.
Got it right, or some of it.
I think it should all be Detroit Lions.
Yes.
This is not fair.
Yes.
Justin Jefferson and Jalen Johnson don't belong in there.
At least 8 of them.
What the hell is going on here? How could you possibly put Xavier McKinney?
That's what I'm going to say. We get him out of there.
So I agree with just about all of them. Not Jordan Love. Joe Thuney's a really good debate. So is Christian Darrisaw. But the others, I think, belong in the top 10 if they're not at those numbers. How many of those do you disagree with? If I told you 3, how many would you say?
1, 2. I'd say 2.
2, okay.
I don't know. I would move some of the. I would change the rankings, if you will. I would move some people, shift some people. But I would remove Joe Thuney and Jordan Love. Look, if you want to talk about what Joe Thuney has done in his career, then fine. You can move him up this list. He'd be probably behind Justin Jefferson. If you want to talk about what Joe Thuney has done in his career, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for what are you going to be in 2025? I don't have him on this list. Jordan Love is a guy that played half a year successful 2 years ago, played half a year successful last season, and now has a thumb injury, which he's not even going to play against the Lions in the opener. So remove him from this list too. Brian Branch, I don't know how he's not on this list.
That's what I've said.
I told you who the best player on the defense is Brian Branch. Yeah. I don't know how.
Aren't people listening to the Braylon Edwards show for crying out loud?
They need to be.
They should be.
They need to be because Brian Branch should be 8 on this list.
If not higher.
If not higher. Xavier McKinney, I think, took a step back last year as a safety.
Really?
Well, not step back, excuse me, step forward. That's the one I would have moved up.
Okay.
I would move Xavier McKinney.
Instead of?
I'd take Jalen Johnson down.
Ooh. I like Jalen Johnson a lot.
To like somebody is not to say that. No,
well, I mean, I like him as a corner. I think he's a really good player.
I said move him down. I didn't say move him off the list.
Okay. All right.
I'm not crazy. I like him a lot. He also made some comments last year that I appreciated.
Okay.
In terms of, you know where I'm going with that. So, how do you have Amon-Ra St. Brown behind Jameer, though? Now we're arguing semantics, and at least we're arguing our own team.
But before we get to that, I want to know the 2 guys that you would have in there instead of the 2 guys you take out, because I'll give you the 3 for me that I would take out. Look, if you're 8, 9, and 10, those are all debatable anyway.
Yeah.
Right? Anytime you have a top 10 list, the guys at the bottom of the list are usually the ones that you're fighting and debating with yourself on whether or not to put them in there.
I like Christian, though. Christian, like, they made a decision to get rid of Dylan Hunter for a reason. And Christian Darrisaw is a damn good player. So if you want to put him at 10, that's fine. But I like him in the mix at least.
Okay.
He's their best. He's their best defensive player.
Yeah. If you're going to say based on what they've done, like Joe Thuney, it's about what you're going to do this year. Ryan Kelly actually belongs in that conversation. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler, all with Indianapolis. He should help stabilize Minnesota. I'm not saying put him in there, but him and Montez Sweat in this division are really good. Brian Branch, to me, has to be in there. I think Kenny Clark is a good player for Green Bay, you could have a legitimate, and you could have T.J. Hawkinson as a debatable player in there as well.
If you're going to put T.J. Hawkinson in it, I'm putting Rashawn Gary in there.
Yeah, I don't. I looked at Rashawn Gary. I think he's a good player. I don't think he's a top 10 player in the division.
I say if I made the comment, if you're putting T.J. Hawkinson in there, I'm putting Rashawn Gary in there.
Because
T.J. Hawkinson, in my opinion, is not better than Rashawn Gary.
I think T.J. Hawkinson is the second best tight. Well, Cole Konnech's pretty good. Second best tight end in the division. One of the better tight ends in football. I don't think Rashawn Gary's one of the better defensive ends in football.
Fair enough.
I mean, his sack total, if that's what it's based on, and it's supposed to be based on, there's nothing special there. I like him as a player. Don't get me wrong, but he's not the number 1 edge rusher on a really good team.
This is true. He got to the quarterback against Penei Sewell. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. So I would take the 8, 9, 10. I hear your argument with Christian Darrisaw. I'd put one of the 2 guys I just mentioned in there. Does Jared Goff, without getting too Kool-Aid Lions happy here, does Jared Goff belong? If Jordan Love's in that conversation, Jared Goff belongs in the conversation. He's better than Jordan Love. Am I wrong there?
Yeah, that's why I took Jordan Love completely out of there. Yeah. Realistically, I think it's time to be honest. You know, these lists, they get done there about this coming up season. You look at what he did last year. That's what we're going off of, what somebody did last year. You want to extend that a couple years. You just said he's led the touchdown the last 3 years with 96, which is 2 more than Patrick Mahomes. That's not something to take lightly. I don't care who the offensive coordinator was. So he's operated at an MVP level at times in the last 2 years for sure. So, sure, you want to put him in there? I have no problem with that.
So I am surprised, to your point.
It'd be too much Lions love. That's why they didn't do it. Whoever
you
came
think
over
so?
in my ML football, if you got 5 guys in the division, 4 is like, all right, it's still 6-4. If you do 5 and 5, it's like, all right, who created this? Is this a Detroit outlet?
They asked, somebody said Josh Jacobs as well. They thought he belonged in it.
Josh Jacobs is damn good, but I don't know what's left. That's too strong of a phrase. I want to see what it looks like this year with Josh Jacobs. I'm gonna see how they use him.
Yeah, but could they use him well enough and most effective enough for him to be part of even a conversation of the top 10 players in the division? I don't think they could. I think it's really hard for people.
How well are you going to lean on the run game this year to help out Jordan Love or Malik?
Yeah.
Will be the.
Yeah. I think it's really hard to put, like, they've got they've got 3 offensive linemen in here, okay? Sewell, tackle, Tooney, and Darrisaw. So Darrisaw is their left tackle, Minnesota's left tackle, right? So they've got 3 offensive linemen in here. So kudos to them for doing that. I don't give them – I'm not criticizing them for that. I'm surprised at that. It's hard, I think, for us to balance between an offensive lineman and I hate the phrase, but skill player like a quarterback or a running back or a wide receiver.
True, unless the offensive lineman is just dominant, because you're absolutely correct. Yeah. Unless the offensive lineman is dominant, because you're talking about this list 2 years ago, Frank Ragnow could be mentioned on the list.
100%.
And he's a center. He's one of those guys. If you would have said Frank Ragnow, I guarantee you people that know football would be like, yeah, I like him at 9. Yeah, I like Frank at 10. I like Frank in the mix because of what he's done and what you've seen, anchoring for the last 3 years the second best offensive line. If you want to say Philly's one, I'm fine with that. Yeah, that would be good. But if it's just an offensive lineman that you don't necessarily know because he's not touching the ball all the time or because his work isn't seen. How long did it take you to realize Zach Martin was an amazing guard?
Right.
Like, how long did it take the outside world? It took a very long time until we got to talk about this guy Zach Martin, and then they talked about him too much.
That's why I like Ryan Kelly so much.
Yeah.
You know, I thought Ryan Kelly was really good in college. I think he's been a really good pro. I'm not saying he's the second coming of Mike Webster. I just think he's really good. You
that's
know,
a hell of a player,
or Damani Dawson.
The
only thing I would say about Darrisaw, remember this, he's also injured. Now, not that it matters.
Yeah.
Okay, he might be back in time. There's plenty of guys who are dealing with injuries right now, but he will be vital. If you to your point, he will be vital for Minnesota's offense to click because he's going to be protecting J.J. McCarthy's backside. Period.
Yeah.
So he's got to be good for Minnesota for that offensive line to be good, right?
100%.
Interesting. And then the other thing is, when I looked at this, is how many of these guys, if we said, let's just expand it for the conference, 4 divisions in the NFC, how many of these guys are top 20 in the conference? How many of these guys are top 20 in the conference who are the Lions? Penny Sewell, Aiden Hutchinson.
3, 4, 6, 7.
7 guys? You think Detroit has 7 of the top 20 players
7.
in the conference?
I thought you said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're talking about NFC in
general.
general.
I'm sorry. You're talking about
division in general.
Yeah.
Just the Lions? All
yeah.
right. That's 4.
Right.
Add Brian Branch.
Right.
Add Jack Campbell.
Top 20 in the conference.
In the conference, yeah.
Wow, okay.
That's my eyesight. That's where I was going next. How many guys are going to be on this list by the end of the year?
Oh.
Like, how does the list change? But, yeah, I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4. Kirby Joseph. Kirby Joseph is another one that's 5. He could have been on this list as well.
Exactly.
I don't have a problem with him not being on the list, but he could have definitely been on this list. Jared Goff. His name is mentioned too. We're getting to 7.
So yeah, you're getting to 7. You're getting to 8 almost. This is a situation. That's why when people
Aleem McNeil
when healthy,
Aleem McNeil when healthy.
I don't think there's any question. Hell, I don't want to get too crazy, but Sam Laporta is one of the best tight ends in the conference.
Shep.
Okay, I know. I'm drinking that Kool-Aid. Listen, that's why when people say the Lions are going to take a step back and somebody else is going to win this division, I say no way. The talent, healthy, as long as we're healthy, the talent is too deep on this team. We've got. The Lions have.
You got it, right?
As you've mentioned, 8 to 9 guys of the top 20 to 25 players in the entire NFC.
That's why I have no problem not going below 11 wins. And to be honest, when we probably do this, I'll probably side at 12 when we figure it out. Keyword probably. That's still a tease. is because I've been in the NFL and I've been on some teams that just were bad teams, and we found our way to 9 wins. Or we found our way to 8 wins with okay players and some decent coaching. The Lions have too many studs playing on this team to be anything less than what we project them to be, which is a team that is going to not only win this division but contend for an NFC championship run. NFC lead in terms of being the number 1 seed in the NFC. So you have too many good players on both sides of the ball. I just think it's too good for them to take that fall that the naysayers and the insecure people think.
Yeah, now let's just keep this in mind, and I think people realize this. We're just naming some lines. We understand that there are still top 20, 25 players on other teams. Philadelphia's got a gripe for plenty of them, right? Yeah. Even the Giants, Malik Neighbors, has got, they absolutely have a gripe for certain things. If they want to believe Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence absolutely belongs in that conversation. Dallas with Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, right? You got down in San Francisco. When healthy, Christian McCaffrey is part of it. Bosa is part of it. Fred Warner is part of it. So we might be going just a little bit overboard. That's why I extended it to 25.
Only reason why we're not going overboard, and I'm not cutting you off.
Okay, go ahead. No,
Penei Sewell is 1 or 2 at his position. It's 1 or 2 if you want to say Lane Johnson. I have no problem with that. Please don't say Trent Williams anymore. I love Trent Williams. He's not in this conversation anymore. Penei is 1 or 2, so he's going to get in the top 25. Aiden Hutchinson, just in the conference, is 3, maybe 2, based off the projection, what you think. He has to be in there. Jahmyr Gibbs, running back wise, is 3 at the least. Only saying Saquon Barkley and Bijan Robinson. He's 3 in the conference. He's on the list. Amon-Ra St. Brown was all-pro last year. All-pro last year. All the sites now have him at least 6th in the NFL. So he's on the list. That's 4. And then Jared Goff. We've talked about the numbers. We've talked about what you've done. You have to put him in there. That's a legit 5 that you really cannot argue. Yeah, Kirby Joseph, he's voted number 5 safety in the league. So it's not necessarily just blowing smoke because it's our Lions and we love them and we want to put 7.
Right.
These guys are top 2, 3 at their position. Some of them 1, some of them 5. That's legit.
Yeah, Tampa's got some arguments, no doubt, with Tristan Wirfs, with Levante David, for crying out loud, from Mike Evans. We're talking about the conference.
Vita Vea.
But it's really, absolutely, 100%. So those are all really good debates to have, but I think the consensus would be the Lions would have as many, if not more, than just about any other team in the NFC. And that's a fun thing. Nothing is as fun, though, as getting into Braylon's breakdown. When we come back, that's what we will do. Speaking of Penei Sewell, who, by the way, I think you can make the argument is the best player in the division. I love Justin Jefferson, don't get me wrong, and I love my partner who was elite at his position. But Penei Sewell, you could make the argument. I'm not saying he is, but you can make the argument. Penei Sewell battling Aiden Hutchinson in practice this week was something to watch. But it's even better to watch when you have a former Pro Bowler being able to break it down for you. Braylon's Breakdown is next here on Woodward Sports. But first, I want to tell you about breaking down the best deals in car purchases and leases. Les Stanford has them for you. Les Stanford, Buick, and GMC, great offers for everybody out there. There you go. You see them right there. The 2025 Hummer EV SUT, $599 a month plus tax. I don't have to tell you that's a good-looking ride. 2025 Hummer EV SUV, $699. This is the one Ricky went with. That's really good-looking too. The Sierra Double Cab Elevation, the lease for a 2025 edition of that truck is just $169 a month. Folks, get to Les Stanford today. Check out their massive inventory, the colors you want with the interior you want and the body that you want. Les Stanford, Buick, and GMC for all these specials. Go to their website, lesstanford.com.
And Bray, why don't you tell the good folks about the good doctor, Dr. Pierce.
Dr. Jeff Pierce.
Doctor, give me the news.
I thought y'all were going
to say it. Bad case.
There we go, man.
Of loving Braylon's Breakdown.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Injury Insider is Dr. Jeff Pierce. You know him, you love him, we love him here as well, man. Get the the insight that you need. But also as it relates to yourself, man, he can diagnose you and make sure that your body is feeling good for whatever you want to do. Football season's come up. A lot of tailgating, a lot of walking around, a lot of things of that nature. Well, you want to make sure your back is right. You want to make sure your knees are good because it's going to be a long season of winning games. You want Doc to get you right. 248-426-9944 or scan the QR code above my head. Once again, you don't have to be a former athlete. You can be a guy just playing golf. You can be a lady just doing whatever you want to do. Injuries do happen. They happen in a multiple of ways. Little nagging injuries, little nagging pains. Well, Doc can get you right so you don't have those injuries or pains anymore. Got that special sauce for you. 248-426-9944. Dr. Pierce, the Injury Insider.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone! Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports. WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Now, if I told you you can make a bet from $20 to $1,000, and if you lose that bet, you don't lose the money. You get the money right back. You probably think I was lying to you. Probably think I was crazy, but I'm not, man. Scan the QR code or enter the code Woodward 1000, and that's exactly what Caesars will do for you, man. If your first bet doesn't hit from $20 to $1,000, you'll get it right back. Yep, just get another shot. Hold on, your mic was in.
Are you lying and crazy?
No, I'm not.
What a deal.
Just prove me wrong. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app. It's the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use that QR code Woodward 1000 or scan the QR code. Download it, and I guarantee I'm hoping you win. If you win, you win money. But if not, you get your money back. $20 to $1,000. Download the Caesars Sportsbook now.
Can I just say this real quick? I never think Ricky's lying. Never.
I try not to.
I do believe Ricky. When he tells me something, I do believe. I could be gullible. I might be wrong to assume that, but when Ricky says something, I believe it is a fact.
I appreciate that, Shep.
Yeah, no problem. Now, how do you feel about Buddy's Pizza?
I love Buddy's.
I love Buddy's
hey,
Pizza,
come on,
too.
man.
Here's the
Grew
thing
up
that
eating
bothers
Buddy's.
me. I'm not afraid to admit I'm a little bit of a media whore. I want Buddy's Pizza. Is that wrong to admit? I want Buddy's Pizza. Okay? I don't care if it's brisket. I don't care if it's brew. I don't care if it's barbecue chicken salad. I don't care if it's a summer shit. I would love a super summer sundae because I got a sweet tooth just like Ricky. But it's all at your neighborhood Buddy's Pizza, right? Buddy'sPizza.com. Hey, you know what? Even if you don't want the pizza, what about the burgers? What about the smash tacks? Like Detroit style. Square slice, smash stack, full flavor, only at Buddy's Pizza, Buddy'sPizza.com. DetroitKoolAid.com. Are you hungry? You're damn right.
I'm hungry. Look at
Really.
Get this man some pizza. And
I
we
am
back.
always hungry for Braylon's Breakdown. I'm not going to lie, it is my favorite segment, one of the more favorite segments I've ever done in all my years of media.
This guy's too kind.
Television or radio. I wouldn't bullcrap you. I would not do that, man. I mean, this is where you learn. I love learning. I do. I love learning from people who've played the sport, and I think our fans do as well. So I'm really excited. Take it away. What do you got for us?
100%. First and foremost, we're going to get rid of this red microphone quick because y'all know where I went to school. I don't do the color red. So this will be the last time you see this red and white microphone. I don't care if it's Wisconsin. I don't care if it's Rutgers. And I damn sure don't care if it's Ohio State.
You can't even wear it in both Shepard Hall.
I can't wear it in the state.
Right.
I legitimately had on some red at a golf outing early in the year. It's some red
Kool-Aid to the
G-Force shoes.
Oh, here comes Kool-Aid.
Swap it out. No,
There it is. Look at that.
Just the mic.
Boy, he's a good man. Look at that.
We need the mic.
Look at how good he is.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Good.
Oh,
that
my
is
God,
really
it feels
good.
So much better. My
Really
hand
good.
was itching.
Really?
My whole hand
started
was
scratching.
Itching. I'm telling you, I was scratching, man.
Oh,
But-
I
All
got
right,
hives.
We got a blue microphone. I don't mind the red for Ben Johnson Law because they are the fighters and they will fight for you. Oh, we got the tail of the tape with the big guys. The battle of the new Big Ten. That's right. Oregon's own Penei Sewell drafted 7th overall in 2020 versus Aiden Hutchinson, number 2 overall drafted 2021, University of Michigan. You guessed it. Hence the microphone. All right, now with you. Here, stop it. Take it back to the back. Take it back to the beginning. This matchup is great for so many reasons. Both 6'5". The athleticism both is off the charts. It's freaky. Setting the scene for you. Aiden Hutchinson is a guy that has a variety of moves. He loves his spin move. We all know that's his favorite move. That's his golden goose. However, he gets his hands off you fast. Those are the moves that he likes to go to, the speed and the power. And for a guy that's 6'5", he stays low. He's low to the ground. Not too many big defensive ends can do it like him. And then Penei Sewell is a freaky athlete, 6'5", 330, probably 315, give or take, now 320. His ridiculousness is his reaction and be able to recover. He also has the fastest first step in the NFL in terms of the kickback step. The kickback step gives you balance and allows you to get the jump on the defender. All right, we'll watch the play, and then we'll break it down. Shoot through the play. Boom. Aiden Hutchinson trying to get to the quarterback, gets passed by. Penei just pushing him by. He's still trying to get there. Doesn't work. Penei wins this rep. Here we go. We're not going to put too much emphasis on just this play. This is one play in practice that Penei Sewell wins, but it's still early on in Aiden Hutchinson's recovery process. Now, we'll start at the top. Play, here we go. Penei starts off with the win. Penei is very relaxed at the line of scrimmage. He gets his kickback step. He's just waiting for Aiden to do his infamous move. Get that hand in there, try to knock his hands down. You see Aiden try to knock Penei's, go take it back if you could. Watch Aiden try to knock Penei Sewell's hand down initially. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. All right, initially right here, you can't see through these people. That's on me. Right now, he tries to get his hands down. Penei is very relaxed, very chill, looking at his feet. Look where Aiden is. He's high. Aiden is a defensive end like Nick Bosa. They master staying low. If they don't get low, they get their hands off of them. They get your hands off of them fast. On this play, Aiden's trying to get his hands up. Penei waits for him. Penei is strong as hell, too. And one of the things in being able to have a fast kickstart, you get full extension with your arms. Last time I checked, you don't want somebody 6'5", 330 with a full extension on the arms. Now, because he misses, Aiden's up high. You see where Penei, see where the leverage is. Mm-hmm. He's inside the numbers. He's got his feet with a good base. Aiden in this, he's beat. He's beat on this. Take it all the way back to the beginning. Now, if you want to watch something trying to figure out where Aiden Hutchinson is as it relates to his injury and where he was last year versus now, he's a little high right now. Like he injured his left leg, and the left leg is your plant leg when you're coming back into the quarterback, when you come back into the play. Right now, you see it's little off balance, if you will. Play it up, play it. Trying to get that foot in the ground to plant. Take it all the way back. Let him watch it one more time. All the way back. He's trying to get, you see this? This is the magic leg right here. Let it run through. He's trying to get that leg, plant that leg in the ground. He can't quite plant it. That's because Penei has done such a good job in being on top of him, being in balance. Penei is in control the whole time. Look at that. And the big fella can run. The big fella will move with you. Aiden's got to do a better job of getting low on Panay. When you go against Panay, if you're not low, you're going to lose. Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it. Now, let's give Aiden some love. Bring it back. Coming off of a major injury like he had last year, this being training camp, and him going against the best right tackle in the NFL, it should look like this. But what you take from this, he kept going, play it. I like his feet. His feet never stop moving. He doesn't get pushed to the ground. He still keeps his knee bend. Aiden still has his low bend once he gets figured out. He gets Panay's arm off there. Take it back. Watch Panay's right arm. Watch Aiden's left arm. Right here, play. Here we go. Right there. He gets the arm off again. He's going to get it off again right here. Right. Play. Get that dip and rip and get up underneath. So he just got pushed past the play. This is a win for Panay. Don't take too much of it because you got two heavyweights going against each other. One heavyweight did not get injured last year, and he is the best at his position. Another guy trying to figure it out. But I like the continuation of Aiden. I like he's getting low at the end of the play. You saw him right there. That's the leverage that we expected. That's the leverage that we got used to Aiden. Pause it right there. That's the leverage that we're used to with Aiden Hudson getting around. Now, it doesn't work way back here, but everybody he's going to go against is not going to be Panay Sewell. He usually starts that back here when he's healthy, when he's in rhythm, when he's the Aiden Hudson that we've grown to love, that we think is going to be Defensive Player of the Year, if not this year, the following year, or maybe one after that. Him being able to have that lean at the end of that play and still be able to come in is a good sign for him 3 weeks before the season starts. But this is an excellent rep from Panay Sewell. It's just an excellent practice rep all together, all the way around. This is what you want to see from your two studs at practice. They're going until the whistle goes, and even after. The play starts here, and still fighting, still fighting, still fighting. Panay did not take his hands off of Aiden until probably the third or fourth whistle.
They want to go against one another.
100%, but iron sharpens iron. Like when you have someone with this ability on your team, you have to take advantage of it to make yourself better. Like if I'm Aiden Hudson right now, I'm taking everything with Panay Sewell so I can get used to what it's going to be. Because I don't care how great Aiden was last year for the first 4 games, it takes a second to get back into the rhythm that is football. And what better way to get back into the rhythm that is football with the number 1 right tackle in the game?
Can I ask you a quick question? Yeah. Because so much is made of offensive linemen's feet. Like I know they're big, I know they're strong, I know the arm punch is really important. But Panay Sewell's right leg, not once but twice, right there is almost like a hop, and there is a hop. What does that allow him to do? Have you noticed that? It's a wider
100%.
gait right there and then right there. It's
so
almost like a delay, like he's dead-legging.
Panay is very good at the recovery. The recovery is one of the best parts of his game as an offensive lineman. He can get beat. He can get beat. There was Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat actually beat him a couple times in the last couple games they played and had Panay Sewell turned this way and got the inside track. Panay's able to kick back to get back into that play. But the kick right here, he knows ultimately he has to keep fighting because he doesn't know what Jared Goff is going to do. What that kick step allows him to do is turn faster into where the defensive end is coming. So when he does it, this is anticipation of Aiden getting low, which he does. And when he kicks it, he can explode up into Aiden. Pause. He can explode up into Aiden to make sure he's getting the numbers turned and Aiden can't get to the quarterback, which would be Jared Goff if it's the Detroit Lions. So that kick step is in preparation of his dip and rip, of him getting low.
Really good angle, right?
100%.
I mean, just nimble angles, the strength and the speed of your feet, impressive.
Once again, Aiden lost this rep. It is 1 rep. He lost this rep. But I'm telling you, freeze it again at that bend if you can, like you called it. That right there is promising. Like this right here is what you want to see. This right here is what you want to see from Aiden Hudson, being able to get that low bend. It's still a little bit atrophy there. It's still a little bit of muscle that needs to recover and get a little bit better, more reps. But I'm telling you, this is what you want to see. This is what makes him so special. At 6'5", 255, this is what makes him special because he can do both. I've seen him line up at the 3 technique and use his hands and use his power. I see him on the outside against a Panay Sewell. I see him be able to use that bend and get low and get in. He has a lot of tricks in his bag. And we just hope that he gets the reps to get back to him.
And we see Penei Sewell a number of times, not just the kick, but the ability to get inside guys' numbers, turn them a little bit. His hips, his legs, and his feet, super strong. He really is the complete tackle package, isn't he?
To make it make sense and to be fair for Aiden and give you some comparison, Aiden probably wins this. He probably wins this rep on 92% of the NFL on this particular play. You're just not gonna win it against Penei Sewell right now. Penei Sewell looks to be in top form in this move, and like you call those big hops, 6'5", 330, being able to move like that, being able to take that hop like that.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, by the way, Aiden 6'5", 250, 260. So it's not like he's doing it against a small man too. So to be able to get low like that, this is a good rep all the way around.
Do you talked earlier in the show, it was great insight about how you have an idea of the guy you're going against on your own team of what they're going to do, all right? So you had mentioned, I think, Darrelle Revis when you were matched up with him. Do you think Penei Sewell realizes Aiden Hutchinson is taking that wide lane the whole way? He's not fearing him coming back inside with some type of twist or spin?
No, because what Aiden does on when he's coming back underneath, he uses his arms. Look it up if you think I'm lying, look it up. He's an over-exaggerated guy with his arms when he's coming back underneath. Comes off the edge. You see this, and then he
a lot of ripping.
And this goes back to what I'm talking about when you know your teammates. Penei knows Aiden Hutchinson. He knows the move. So if he doesn't see the over-exaggerated arms, Penei now knows, all right, I know where he's going. Patience. That's how he got the first hand down by Aiden. It was patience. He follows the play all the way around. He gets it down. He takes the kick step to get back into him because it is the tendencies. Aiden has one, and it's the big arms when he's going underneath. And he tried to use his hands earlier, and he missed. So Penei Sewell won this rep with film, tendencies, and just all around dynamite.
I love that, man. I love it. I'm telling you right now.
I'm trying to do other things.
Shout out to Braylon. See, I told you folks earlier that this was going to be more than just the Braylon breakdown of wide receivers. We're not hanging that on.
I got excited.
You did get excited.
Like I was in the field.
He actually turned it down here in the studio, too. He went from 72 degrees all the way down to 67. But I told you we were going to do this, and it wasn't going to be just wide receivers. We're not pigeonholing an all-pro. He knows more than wide receivers. You get an offensive tackle and a defensive end, and he's breaking that down for you. We're learning more and more about football. It's a beautiful thing. So great work on that.
Appreciate that. The good thing about that, too, man, is you watch that film, man. Aiden Hutchinson has a chance to get better day by day with the best right tackle in the game, especially coming off an injury. And you see it. And they're sharing notes, and they're talking, much like you saw who's Tate Ratledge? Who's talking about Tate
Ratledge? Tate Ratledge and DJ Reader and DJ Reader.
DJ Reader. Yeah. Same thing on this side of the ball. Guys want to help each other get better. Those guys are locked into it, man. So that's fun, good stuff. That was an excellent rep. I love watching the bend at the end by Aiden because it shows you it's still in there. It just takes reps to get back to the level that he was last year. But Penei's in form. Penei is in form.
You know what I love about it as much as anything else? And this is our fault as a football fan base. When we think of football and we think of athletes, we think of wide receivers. We think of running backs. We think of corners and safeties and perhaps linebackers too. Those guys are massive human beings who are quick, fast, and super athletic. It's awesome stuff. Just phenomenal stuff. All right,
man.
Go ahead.
Quick offensive lineman story. Not offensive line, just a lineman story in general. I've told it a million times. Linemen can move just like wide receivers, just like maybe not DBs, but just like wide receivers in other positions. They have that ability to just carry a little more extra weight. Sean Rogers.
I was just going to bring his name up.
Big baby.
Yeah.
You know him well, University of Texas, Detroit Lion. When he came to the Browns and we were watching him mess around like before and after practice, he was so freaky. We would put him in on the red zone, the goal line, much like they did with Vrabel in New England. He catch one-hand fade routes, one-hand corner routes, jump over people. It was ridiculous the type of things he could do. It begs one – I have nothing else.
I'm with you. When he was here with the Lions,
man, so much talent.
And you watched him. They weren't gassers, but he's running sideline to sideline,
over and back.
Okay, Yeah, call him over and backs if you like. That's cool, too. I couldn't believe how fast he was. When he wanted to run, when he got into it, I couldn't believe how fast he was. That's a huge human being, too, okay? This is I'm amazed at how fast people at your position are, and corners and a back pedal. We're talking about a dude who was 6'4", 350, 360 pounds. Maybe on a light day. Yeah. You know? Throw in a Buddy's Pizza and he might be a little bit more than that.
He
he
had a couple of those
move.
on average.
Yeah, he could move. It was really impressive. Speaking of Aiden Hutchinson, one of his teammates compared him to one of the all-time greats. Maybe a little bit too far, but we'll soon find out right after we find out more from Planet Fitness and Braylon Edwards.
Where your fitness is essential. Clock is ticking, tick-tock, tick-tock. On High School Summer Pass, high school students, 14 to 19, or just teens in general, you're free. You're free to August 31st. Get out of the house, man. Get away from the screens. Mental health is just as important, if not more important, than physical health. What better place to do it than at Planet Fitness, where there's no judgment, home of the judgment-free zone. We want you to be your best, work out, do your own thing. Hell, you don't have to work out. You can come in, walk around. We'll eventually get you to working out, but that's what we want to do for you. Now, for all you that don't fit in that category, we got fitness that fits into your budget, and with gyms everywhere, that's a gym for you. Pull up, show up, we got you.
Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff. Gimme's on the golf course. Braylon and Stan didn't get any yesterday, but they would have taken them if somebody offered, right? They won anyway. We like, how shall I put this, uncomplicated. Make it easy for us. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men does just that. You come in, you sign in, and before you know it, you're in the chair, you're talking to the lovely lady, you're leaving handsome, clean, and looking as sharp as you can get. Look, Planet Fitness will help you with the body like Braylon Edwards, but if you want to look clean like Ricky, then you come here to Lady Jane's. They are open 10 till 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it is wicked awesome.
Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
So, So, you're a Detroit sports fan, huh? Well then, make sure you subscribe to all the Woodward sports pages on YouTube. We have Woodward Baseball, Woodward Pistons, and of course, Woodward Hockey. Get breakdowns, updates, and bonus coverage of all things Detroit. So pick your favorite sport and follow along with the best Detroit sports coverage ever made. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep.
Edwards has it. 10-5, touchdown.
On the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Ball looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
Where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
Deal with Woodward Sports on all social platforms. You got to follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram, along with YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok for all of the latest sports news, live updates, and behind-the-scenes action. And we should be seeing some clips of Braylon's breakdown, even whether it's on YouTube as a full segment or on one of these social media platforms. So you guys want to make sure you stay locked in. You know we got the giveaways too. There's been cash, there's been jersey, there's been tickets. You guys want to stay locked, all right? Don't miss out. Hit that follow button now and be a part of Detroit's #1 digital sports network. That's at Woodward Sports everywhere. Y'all already know. I already know y'all are locked in, man. And if you haven't, smash that like button. Also, are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? It's a new era in sports wearables. We got new designs, we got amazing apparel, and ultimate swag. So check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at woodwardsports.com. Make sure you click shop. Hoodies, tees, and the hats that are guaranteed to turn heads. Get the latest designs today at woodwardsports.com. Again, click shop. Let's get the Woodward Tigers gear, and let's get that mojo going. And we back.
Forgot to mention this. There is James Cook just signed a contract with the Buffalo Bills, a 4-year, $48 million deal this morning. All right, so Buffalo's got that taken care of. With the deal, he becomes one of the highest paid running backs in the National Football League. Number one is Saquon Barkley on AAV, okay? Annual value. Christian McCaffrey is 2, Derrick Henry 3, Jonathan Taylor of the Colts 4, Alvin Kamara 5, Josh Jacobs of the Packers 6, then James Cook, Kyron Williams, who signed one extension with the Rams earlier in the week, Aaron Jones and Joe Mixon, okay? There's your AAV. If you wanted to go total contract value, Cooks is second to Josh Jacobs.
Not worth it.
I don't disagree with you.
Not worth it.
I do wonder what you think this might mean for Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, as a Lions fan, that's where my head goes. When I see guys when I see Myles Garrett sign and TJ Watt sign and Max Crosby sign, I immediately think, how much is it going to take to keep Aiden Hutchinson? I think the same thing in this running back situation. It's not guaranteed. The guaranteed is Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley's number one in guaranteed. Yeah. Then it's Ashton Genty, believe it or not, the rookie, and then James Cook. So James Cook is in the conversation, top 5 in 2 of those key categories, top 10 in the other. What does it mean for Saquon Barkley, or I should say Jahmyr Gibbs, do you think?
It's a different set of rules for Jahmyr Gibbs. I think James Cook is a product of having Josh Allen as a quarterback, so I think they pay him. I don't think they should have paid him what they paid him. I think Jahmyr Gibbs will get more than that, but I think it'll be rightfully so. The Lions don't have a problem making players the highest paid player at that position if it's right. Amon-Ra St. Brown, when he got paid, he took the market for a second, and then obviously the waters have leveled out since. With
Penei Sewell, the same thing.
100%. So they don't mind that. It just comes with the territory if you believe in your guy. They believed in Amon-Ra St. Brown, and look what he did after they paid him. He reminded them why he was paid. Same with Penei Sewell, same with Kirby Joseph, and it'll be the same this year with Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs in 2 years, and both years might I add, not in a premier starting role.
Right.
Like, has electrified the league. He's added a level of pass, catch. He's added a dynamicness to the ball. And in the things that they said about him early on, oh, he's just the guy, the gimmick guy, or he's the reverse guy, or he's the outside running guy. Give him the ball, he goes outside like Reggie Bush. That is a fact, a lie. He gets in there, he mixes up, and he can run between the tackles as well. He is going to be a guy that's going to get more than this and deserves more than this. I just ask, what is it going to do to the other players that you have to pay? Because you're going to pay Jahmyr Gibbs that money. Who's going to get slighted
we're going to have to come to that realization. I'm sure people have already.
No, they haven't.
You don't think so?
They haven't.
The smart ones have.
Yeah.
That you're not going to be able to keep all these guys.
No.
And as much as you like them, and I like them all, okay? I like Jack Campbell. I think he's really good. I love Brian Branch. I think he's really good. I love Aiden Hutchinson. I like Sam Laporta, right? Jamison Williams adds a dimension. You can't keep them all. And the Lions have done a great job, and I use that word very importantly. They've done a great job of protecting and rewarding their own. But they can't keep doing it with the way some of these players at these positions are getting paid.
Players at the positions in the NFL today, the money is just crazy. So guys are getting paid. So unfortunately, it is a part of the game now. I think you got to keep the players that keep the identity intact. Like the players that don't mess up the identity, the players that don't mess up what you're good at, those players are ones on the board. And those are ones you're like, I may or may not have to make a move. Jahmyr Gibbs is very critical to what the Detroit Lions are. Jamison Williams, you can argue, is not. Although I'm not arguing that point. But you can argue that Sam Laporta is not as important as Jahmyr Gibbs. On the flip side of the ball,
what about Brian Branch and Jack Campbell?
Yes. The problem is Kirby got paid. So that would be a thing to think about.
You think you can only pay one safety?
Well, if you got to pay Aiden, and then you paid that safety, and then Jack Campbell is coming up at some point, then you got to pay Jahmyr Gibbs on top of Jamison Williams if you do that. Like, that's a lot of money. So it has nothing to do with paying two safeties. It's paying those two safeties when you got to pay all those as well.
It's a good problem to have.
Great problem to have.
And it's a big reason why I think a lot of people feel like, and you know me, I hate the word window.
Yeah, I knew it.
Okay, I just can't stand it.
Sliding door.
How about garage door for the New England Patriots and Kansas City Chiefs? But it's the reason so many people feel like the opportunity is now.
Yeah.
Okay? And I think they feel, if I can use a different sport, they feel the same way about the Tigers because they feel the opportunity. What would you and I say last week? With players, there is windows.
True.
There are windows.
It is.
All right?
It keeps coming full circle. Just ask the San Francisco 49ers.
Absolutely. Great example.
49ers.
Yeah, great example. So I think to use a different sport, maybe that's why Tigers fans feel like, my God, man, let's go all the way in because we don't know if Tarek Skubal will be here again. We don't know if this time will be the same situation next year or years down the road because there's nothing guaranteed with him and his contract situation.
Also, too, they don't have – I feel like fans in Detroit don't feel like they have bona fide stars. See, when you got a bona fide – and I understand what Riley Green is. I'm not talking about Tarek Skubal. I'm talking about other players. Yeah, you look at those teams you're talking about, those teams have stars or they trade for stars or you can rest on your laurels like, Bryce Harper and Schwarber, and they'll figure it out.
And Trey Turner, they've got a ton.
Trey Turner,
JT Realmuto.
Like, most of those teams you named, they have 4 or 5 names like that.
Right.
So when they hit a when they hit a skid, you're like, they're losing games. We don't care because we still have insert 4 or 5 players here and 1 or 2 pitchers. Tigers don't have that. So when it's bad for the Tigers, Riley Green's our guy. Riley Green can't hit a pitch. Kerry Carpenter, you don't know if he's hurt. When those bad things happen, this is what you say, and it's like, Tarek Skubal, save us. And God forgive if Tarek Skubal goes out there and gives up 2 hits. You know what I'm saying? And 1 run, now the sky is falling. I think that's what it is. You don't have a litany of names that you can hang your hat on when you go to sleep.
It is really hard, as we shift a little bit back, for Tigers fans to recognize. You brought the Phillies, so I'll go with it. When you've got names like Castellanos, and you've got Turner, and Schwarber, and Harper, and Realmuto, who's really good, and then you look at their pitching staff, and you're like, holy crap, Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, Christopher Sanchez has been so good this year. When you get to that, and you're looking at your team, you're going, well, I could replace this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy.
Yeah. I
don't know if that speaks to depth or it speaks to the lack of everyday players that other really good teams have.
Fair enough. 100%. Just look at the Astros. Like, the Astros were far behind and slowly start catching up. Then once they caught up, what do you start doing? You start naming the players on your team. Then you start naming the experience. And, oh, by the way, they go out and get a guy that's already won a World Series there, Carlos Correa.
And, oh, by the way, they didn't bring back a guy who did win a couple of World Series there in Alex Bregman. You know? So those are the panic moments I think a lot of Detroit sports fans have. I know it's different because there's a salary cap in football and there's a luxury cap in baseball, so it's a little different, and everybody thinks the Tigers should spend a lot more, including yours truly.
Yeah.
The Lions are handicapped.
Yeah.
There's only so much they're going to be able to do unless they get some working relationship and organization with a player and his representative, and that's a tough thing to negotiate, isn't it?
Can I throw the Pistons in there? 100%. It is a tough thing to negotiate players and agents. I want to throw the Pistons in there because I trust the Pistons because of Cade Cunningham.
Say that again, boy.
I trust the Pistons because of Trajan Langdon. I think he's really
fair
good.
enough.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is those players that we were talking about, having some of those guys basketball, you don't have to have as many players as baseball and football.
Right.
Cade Cunningham, I'm good. Like, I'm good with the professionalism he showed, the leadership he showed, the
Love
actual skill on the court, and then he's going to get better this year.
Yeah.
When you say Pistons, I don't think, last year was a fluke and we got rid of this player, that player. No, Cade Cunningham. That's all you need to say.
Yeah, I love him too. Is he so good he can win you a championship? I don't think anybody is good enough to win a championship by
There's
themselves.
only one of those players in the league right now.
Yeah. So, wait a minute. Who?
Jokic. Like Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, well, he did help them win a championship. I think he's got some really good players around him. They didn't win it last year, obviously.
They also fired their coach, and he was out there player coaching, and he won a playoff round as a player coach last year.
Yeah, and did something no center has ever done in the league.
Hey,
you could
Bruce
make the
Brown
argument
is back. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you could make the argument he's the MVP. Speaking of basketball, I had this debate with somebody, a friend of mine, the other day. We were talking about the differences in sports and how things are so crazy right now. Like, Greg Maddux won 4 Cy Youngs in a row, okay? He won more games than he gave up home runs.
Yeah.
During those 4 years, okay? He only gave up like 32 homers and won 37 games, or more than 37 games. But it's a crazy statistic with Greg Maddux, okay?
Fulton County Stadium.
And there's all kinds of different statistics. We were talking about mid-range shooters. Like, we all loved Richard Hamilton because he was so good, right? Larry Bird was as good a mid-range shooter as you'll ever see. There's not that many guys who can do that. That's what I like about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Yeah. I think he is so flippin' money. He's as close to a throwback player with that part of his game as any player in the league, I believe.
When Steph and Clay were empowered by Mark Jackson to shoot from wherever they wanted to because they were winning, and then Steve Kerr came in and
reinforced
it and changed it and made it a little bit better, if you will, made it a little bit more consistent, help create the system in which they operated for years. Everybody in the NBA, which meant everybody in NCAA, which meant everybody in high school, which meant all the kids in the league, now they are only working on shooting three-pointers because this is how you win championships. This is the next wave. This is how you have success. So the mid-range gets left behind.
Yeah.
And it's the real basketball, and it's not even real basketball players, Shep. It's the players that are coached by people that fell in love with the game.
Or afraid to tell them, hold on, let's reel it in a little bit, okay?
100%.
Like Paul Pierce was an unbelievable mid-range jump shooter. Alex English was an unbelievable right? All those guys. We say that when Richard Hamilton and the Pistons won in 04.
So underrated, Richard Hamilton.
I agree.
Yeah.
But so many people talked about they love that aspect of his game. And yet, why didn't more people copy it? Like Kawhi Leonard did. He's a really good mid-range jumper, right? Why don't more copy that? I never
because
understood
in sport, my bad, Ricky. I'll shut up after this. In sport, everything is about the sexy thing.
Yeah.
Everything is about the sexy thing. Like being able to place the ball wherever you want to on the baseball field, like Tony Gwynn, that's not sexy. Hitting bombs like Barry Bonds, that's sexy. Shooting threes from the other side of the other side of half, like Dame Lillard, like Steph Curry, that's sexy. Shooting a mid-range jumper, that's not sexy. That's not making Woodward Sports Network. That's not making some of these networks. I think it's the sexy thing is where players go. It's where people. And
it's
then
the highlights.
Yeah, with social media, everybody's leaning into the highlights.
Yeah, I saw an unbelievable statistic the other day. I jump onto Baseball Reference quite a bit. 2-strike batting average. The league 182 during his tenure. Tony Gwynn 302 with 2 strikes on him. 302. Wow. So when people talk about, this guy's the best hitter I've ever seen, man, smoke another one. Go watch Tony Gwynn hit a baseball. Yeah. It's this beautiful thing. It's so nice to watch.
Tony Gwynn and Ted Williams.
Yeah, I never saw Ted Williams, but I saw a video of him, and I know his numbers.
I read his book.
Yeah, I read his book too. And when a guy loses 3 years of his prime career
for
war, we're talking about age 24, 25, 26,
Crazy.
and comes back and wins MVPs
Yeah.
and
Boy.
leads the league in hitting and leads the league in slugging and on base and home runs. Yeah. When he batted .401, I hope people know this, he didn't win the MVP.
Yeah, 100%.
Joe DiMaggio won it because the Yankees won the division and won the World Series and had a 56-game hitting streak that year.
That's the one thing. I know we're going too far back, but that's the one thing about Ted Williams that's crazy. Like when you look at the years he played, I think he played, 20 on the nose or 21, something like that. No World Series championships.
Correct. Yep.
No World Series championships. I think 2 or 3 appearances.
Like when you talk about the greatest players who never won,
he should be
at least in baseball. He's in that conversation. Like everybody brings up Ernie Banks. I get it. Should bring up Ty Cobb. He played in 3 but didn't win them. Should bring up Ted Williams too. That's not a knock on those players. I'd take Ted Williams probably over any hitter in the history of the game. Yeah. Willie Mays, pretty close. Hank Aaron, pretty damn close too. I wouldn't, scoff at any of them. But that's a really good example of a great player never winning the whole thing.
Hank Aaron is the greatest hitter in the 700 club because I feel like most home run hitters are just home run hitters.
Yeah.
Like Hammer and Hank will put the ball. I said Hank Aaron, excuse me.
Hank Williams is a good singer.
He's a good country singer. But Hank Aaron, as a home run hitter, could place the ball like on base hitters. That's very rare.
Yeah. I was thrilled to be able to interview Hank Aaron one time.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was awesome. It really was. It was fantastic to be able to talk
That's
to
a flex.
Yeah, we need the story one day.
Yeah, it was.
That was a flex.
It was incredible. But just to put it in perspective, you're right. Ted Williams hit 521 homers. He averaged 37 a year, but he missed 3 years that were his prime, like I said, of his career in 1943, 44, and 45. So he'd have been 24, 25, 26.
So that's another 104.
That's he's well over 600 if he stays healthy. Sure. If he plays. Fact. For what that's worth. All right, quick timeout. Here on the Braylon Edwards Show when we come back. What one Lion said about another and compared him to an all-time great. Is it too far? We'll get Braylon Edwards' thoughts on it right after this from Kool-Aid. Oh, is that right? From Kool-Aid?
You know what? We're going to go right to break, but I did have something to share as it related to Braylon's take on Cade Cunningham.
So we're not going right to break.
We're going to go to break.
Oh, we are. Okay.
But I'm going to preempt it just for a minute.
Okay.
So we're not going right to break.
Not right to break. Shout out to Shep. NBA.com, man. 5 American players with the best shot at winning Kia MVP in 2025-2026. Cade Cunningham is the second player they mentioned right after.
So 3 words to that. I don't care. I want to win a championship.
Right.
I don't care if he wins the MVP.
Okay.
Isaiah was an MVP. I don't care. Isaiah won 2 rings. That's what I talk about. How many times do you talk about MVPs from the Pistons? Or anybody?
Finals MVPs. Right. That's what we want.
True. Yeah.
Finals MVPs is different.
That would be it.
I thought you were talking about regular season.
Oh, no. I agree with you.
Okay.
It is cool to see the Pistons getting that type of attention because Cade Cunningham's the start of it. Is he better than Jalen Green with the injuries? So now he's a part of the conversation.
Hear me out on this one, though. I got a little something for you, Shep. You ready?
Yes. Please.
That is very fair. Like how you don't place much stake in MVP. It's about getting it done. It being the championship. All those MVPs that are winning now, though, they're all, for lack of a better word, selfish individuals. Like with the exception of Joker, they care about the MVP. It's something that they want to add to their list of accolades. So
I don't think Shea Gilgeous-Alexander cared about them.
Oh, okay, well, my apologies. They're 2 foreign guys. The foreign individuals.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Take out those 2 because you're absolutely correct.
All right.
Cade don't care about MVP.
Yeah.
And that's why I wouldn't care if he won. That's why I would want him to win it.
Yeah.
Because that's not going to change who he is in trying to attain that championship. Like we knew Joel Embiid, all he wanted was an MVP.
Yeah.
We knew
Listen,
that.
I'm rooting for him. Don't get me wrong, okay? Because I love Cade Cunningham. I really do. All I'm saying is, when I think of Ben Wallace, do I think of 2004 champion or do I think of 6-time all-defensive player?
4-time defensive player of the year.
Yeah. So you think of that. I think of world champion in 2004.
Well, true.
I suppose, to your point, and you've said this to me for a long time, and I've really adopted it, 2 things can be true at the same time.
There it is.
There it is.
100%. I see this is growth.
Yeah.
See,
It's learning. I'm learning from growth.
We will see you guys in
Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep
Edwards has it. 10-5, touchdown.
on the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep,
Ball looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network. Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
I'm sorry. Are we back? It's my fault. You know what? We get caught up in a conversation, and it's so much fun. It's so enjoyable. You know, Braylon's got people in here all the time. All the time. People are coming in left and right. We want to say hi to them.
It's not a flop house.
great guy
As
too.
my mom would say, I promise it's not a flop house. Man.
No, one of the best.
My mom
people,
told
man.
me that this is like back a while ago. This is when I was in my other phase years ago. I used to have people over all the time. She's like, "Yo, this is not a flop house." I said, "What the hell does that mean?" Like at 42 now, I'm like, "No, this is not a flop house. These are educated friends that I have."
You gotta listen to J. Cole.
100%. My boy, hey, shout out
Neighbors.
to Dave Logan. He's been a friend of the show for a long time.
That's
man.
like
my
J.
brother.
Cole's song Neighbors.
Hey, that's a good
got
point.
three people
That's a
over
good
here.
call.
That's funny. That's good. But your mom's got great wisdom, doesn't she?
It's a shame it took me so long to realize it.
Right.
Now I'm
Hey, all in due time, sir. All in due
100%.
time.
There's a good country song called I Hear Voices, and that's what it's about. How you learn from your mother, your father, and your grandparents.
Who sings this song?
It's a good question.
It sounds like something
I think Noah can look that up for us. I forget who it is. It's a guy with a beard. I don't know. Okay.
In a truck.
Yeah, in a truck, and he
and
likes
a dog.
beer. He likes beer and cowboy hats.
He's got a dog and
Yeah,
he just
and he
broke
got-
up
he's
with his
got a
girl.
Is it Chris Young?
It is Chris Young.
There
Good
you
job.
go, Chris
How'd you
Young.
know that?
He looked it up.
Oh,
Google.
I thought maybe you already knew that.
No, hell no.
Good work. Good work.
So when you ask a
If
question,
it's not Trace Atkins, I don't know.
if the question isn't answered within, I'd say 3 to 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like if it's answered after that, it was looked up.
It was looked up.
100%.
So it's got to be the first 3 to 5 seconds for me to be like, oh, you knew that.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I definitely
that was
Googled
like
it.
7 seconds. I knew he looked it up.
Yeah. Ricky's quick.
Yeah.
He's really quick.
Google's your best
It's not
friend.
like
easy to do,
fast.
man. That's not easy to do. Yeah, I mean, especially because Noah's still in college. You would think he'd be on it right away. The
slower,
college
though.
kids, they know what they're doing, man.
But they look more chill. They laid
If we
back.
were live streaming, he would have did it quick.
Well, wait a minute. What do you mean? I don't know if there's anybody
guess
more
we are
chill than
live
Ricky. I mean, he's really chill.
It's a different type of chill, though.
Oh,
Like it's a different type.
what's the
of chill.
difference? A black and white chill? Is that what you're talking about?
No,
Okay.
no color in this
Shep,
one.
whoa.
Not in this one. It's just no color in this one. Ricky's like chill, but like he's on it. He's working.
good
Like,
here,
Noah's
Shep.
like.
Yeah. No, it is like that.
Noah's
mine
just
comes
like
from-
this. Like look at it right now.
Yeah.
What up, no? What up, no?
That kind of chill.
You know what Noah's mom goes up to and says? Stop slouching.
Oh,
That's exactly what she
Sure.
says. Yeah.
All the time.
That's really funny. Okay, earlier in the week, Jared Goff was interviewed, and he said some things about Aiden Hutchinson, and he compared him to somebody. And it struck me because of how great the player he compared him to is. Do we have that Kool-Aid, or is that something I just need to talk about? I'll just talk about it. Okay. He compared him to Aaron Donald, which, as we talked about was it yesterday, you guys? We talked about the one guy you wish you had, the one player
Oh, yeah.
the Lions didn't draft. I think Kool-Aid went first, and he said Aaron Donald right away instead of Eric Ebron, which is a little surprising because of how good Ebron was. Not.
Oh my God, he almost had me.
But that's a big comparison.
Shep, what?
That's a
Braylon's face.
He compared him to who?
Aaron Donald.
Before I go crazy, before I go left, in what way in the video clip did he compare him to Aaron Donald? Because there's more than one way to compare a player to a player, so I'll relax.
Give me an example of that. What do you mean? There's more than one player.
Like, how did he
compare
compare him to Aaron Donald? Because, like, what are we talking about? Aaron Donald's arguably the greatest defensive lineman, not named 3 people. So, like,
I don't disagree with that.
Did he talk about his preparation? Did he talk about how he leads? Did he talk about, he compared it to what he means to the team? Is he comparing him to the force that Aaron Donald was? Like, that's what I want to know, because I don't think it's a good comparison unless I get more into the other stuff.
Is it because of the positions in which they play?
No, it doesn't have to be the same position. It's the same in terms of defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't have to be the difference, but I look at that differently. Like, Aaron Donald was, like, people were scared of Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Like, he's physically, dominated this league. Like, you see videos of, like, 4 people trying to block him, and he's still fighting 4 people, and the 4 people really don't want to be there. Aaron Donald has taken over games in Super Bowls. Like, I one of the only parlays that I was ever mad at, not parlays, but bets that I was mad that I believed that I won, and everyone else knows that I won as well, and I didn't hit, was Aaron Donald for Super Bowl MVP. Because if you're not going to give it to Von Miller, who had 2 sacks, then you should be giving it to Aaron Donald, who stopped the game. If it wasn't for Aaron Donald, they don't win that game, whether it was a sack strip fumble when they were in the red zone, when they were going in to take the lead, or whether it was the last play of the game. This is what Aaron Donald did for 10 years straight. He came back in a year that he was already retired and still was first-team All-Pro.
Yeah.
So where are we comparing him to Aaron Donald? Like, I don't see enough of a physical nature to compare him to Aaron Donald.
I got this off SI.com, and here's the quote.
And no disrespect to
No, absolutely not. No, it's
Big Hutch.
Here's what he said about Hutchinson. It's like Aaron Donald back in the day. It's the same way. He's a guy who can ruin a game. He's certainly ruined practices for us a couple of times offensively. I'm happy he's on our side. I don't have to play against him.
See, and that's why I wanted to know what was said, because that's fair.
Okay.
Like, Aiden Hutchinson's a guy that had 4 sacks in the game. We've seen that with 3.5. I think he got cheated out of half. It really was a full sack. He's had 4 sacks in games. You saw how he started the year last year. You see his rookie year and what he did. Only player to have 9 sacks, 10 interceptions. 4 interceptions. That would be a lot.
That would be a lot for a defensive
That'd be a hell of a year.
Lineman, yeah.
But yes, he can disrupt games, and he's glad that they're on the same team. 100%, I'm cool with that comment.
Okay.
That's good.
You know him pretty well, Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who feel like you've got to get that deal done quickly. Why may it not get done quickly with Aiden Hutchinson?
I think the Lions want to see.
But he's not. You said he's not that kind of guy either.
I was going to say 2 things.
Yeah.
But I think one, let's just stick with what you're talking about. I did tell you this. I don't think he's that guy to want to go out and say, I got to get paid before the season. Whether it's deserved or not, he's not the guy that's like, you got to make sure I'm comfortable. I need to know that you respect me. Like, pay me the money. I've shown what I'm doing. Like, you see everyone else getting paid. You paid this guy. You paid that guy. That's just not who he is. That's not who his makeup is. That's not who his father was in Michigan. He's a Michigan man, a doctor. They do things in due time. And I think he's in the right spot. He has more than enough money. This is just the mindset of how Aiden works. So he's not pushing any envelopes to create any distractions with the Lions and the locker room and him. And let's just play football. Let's get this thing done. It will happen when it's supposed to happen. I'm a bet on myself. I'm a Michigan man. Like, it's his personality. It's his character. It's his nature. He's not trying to distract anything or take away from. He'll get paid in due time. That's kind of his mantra.
Quick update for folks out there in case you don't have a chance to watch it. Tigers are up in Chicago 1-0 in the 7th. Wenzel Perez with a sacrifice fly, able to score. Kerry Carpenter, Troy Melton pitched really well, 5 innings, 6 strikeouts, gave up just 1 hit. So the Tigers lead the White Sox for the wrap-up of that series at Guaranteed Rate Field. Let's get to the mailbag. The mailbag in the final few moments here on the Braylon Edwards Show. Before we do, by the way, just real quick. Just sorry about that.
No,
just
you're
real
good.
quick. I saw something yesterday that surprised me. If I said to you, the Tigers have a pair of the top 10 power hitters, top 10 combo power hitters, slugging duos in all of baseball, would you agree with that? Top 10 slugging duos in all of baseball. Would you agree with that?
No, but is it Torque and Green?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's Torque and Green. That's who they have. CBS Sports had that.
Yeah.
They had them actually listed at number 7, which I think is crazy. But here's what they write. Torkelson, one of the few players on the list who isn't slugging 500, isolated power, but you look at the home runs, 15th in the majors in ISO. You see the names there as well. He's got 26 bombs. Good enough for second on the team because Green has 27. Here are the slugging duos ahead of him. One, Cal Raleigh and Eugenio Suarez. Julio Rodriguez has been on a roll too, by the way. Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper at number 2. Yeah, it did.
He had 2 home runs.
Yes,
Yeah.
You're right. Absolutely right. The Dodgers with Ohtani and Freeman, I think that should be number 1 personally, although Ohtani hit into another triple play last night and is amongst the league leaders in strikeouts. It's amazing. Ooh. Mets at 4, Juan Soto and Pete Alonso, and Pete Alonso just broke Darryl Strawberry's record for most home runs by a New York Met in a career. Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton, who's never healthy, at number 5, and Pete Crow Armstrong, who should be in the conversation for National League MVP, and Seiya Suzuki just ahead of Detroit's duo of sluggers. A little surprising to me.
A little surprising, too. Whenever you have to start adding other categories or other things like ISO so that now I can point out to something that he does extremely well. He's not doing this, but if you look at his ISO, immediately I know that player duo, whatever it was, shouldn't exist. But, I mean, Torque has been consistent. In the last 2 weeks, he's been consistent hitting the ball. He's gotten the ball out of the park. He's hit the balls in play as well. He's done some good things. So things are looking up for Torque. And 26, going into the season, we wanted him to find 30 again.
Right.
We were hopeful, we were prayerful that he can be 2 years ago Torque and find those 30 home runs.
Yeah.
I think he's a better I think he's a better hitter now than he was 2 years ago. So, I mean, I believe in that.
I would agree with that.
I wouldn't agree with this,
I was looking for more like 35 from him
Yeah.
and 30 from Riley Green. I think that's doable considering their at-bats. I know sometimes I throw around numbers, and a lot of people just pick numbers out of the sky. If you're getting 650 ABs, 30 home runs for power hitters is not out of the realm of possibility. That's all. Okay? So 30 home runs is a lot. Don't get me wrong. But when you're getting that many at-bats, that many plate appearances, 700 plate appearances, 650 ABs, it's about in line with what they should be.
Where are you with Torque as it relates to right now? You had a conversation yesterday. You were talking about the at-bats, and it's not fair to say what a guy isn't going to be, considering he didn't get this many at-bats. 1,200 was his number, or 1,500.
I said 1,500. He's got that
right.
in major leagues. He just didn't have that in the minors. He was rushed through the minor leagues.
What do you think he is now?
I think he is. Yeah, I think he is who he's going to be, Braylon. I think he's going to strike out. He's not going to hit for high average. He's got to hit for power. He's got to drive in runs. He's got to be in the middle of your lineup. He's a home run threat. He's an extra base hit threat. I want his slug. I want his OPS. I'm going to look at that and his home runs more than I'm going to look at his average. He's going to strike out. That's just the way it is. I mean, that's Kyle Schwarber struck out a ton a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Kyle Schwarber is an elite version of what you said. Where can Torque be in that?
I don't know if he's got the capability for 47 bombs.
Gotcha.
But I think he can deliver 35 on a regular basis for you. And I think that should be good enough for this team. I do think both these guys need to be surrounded by another hitter.
Gotcha.
Okay? I don't know if it's a power hitter, but another hitter. All right, let's get to the mailbag. The Braylon Edwards Show mailbag. What do we got here, Kool-Aid?
Hey, you know what? We do have some love for Braylon's breakdown. Shout out to Joe Bus 25 OG 63. What a name. He says, "Great job, Braylon. Awesome job with the breakdown, man. It was a good job, man. I can't wait to do more of these."
I appreciate that, man. It means a lot to me. I said what I said before. I enjoy being back in the space of being educated about the game of sport, football that I love. But also, this is a team effort, man. Shout out to Kool-Aid and Ricky behind the scenes. Ricky made sure that we had the video that we could stop when we wanted to, get it up there the right size. Appreciate you, Ricky.
Always.
Kool-Aid set everything up in his motion, and in the breakdown, itself. And this is Kool-Aid and Shep. Shep's been preaching breakdown as well as Kool-Aid. You mix it together, and here we are. So it's a team effort. Appreciate
Wait
you
till
guys.
the regular season begins.
Oh, yeah. This is just the beginning.
And we get it on Monday and Friday. I mean, it's going to be a lather
have a
fest
whole
in here.
uniform sponsored by.
Oh, man.
We're going to have a Braylon's breakdown crew that can get out to some of these games and practices and things. Straight up.
Dude,
Okay, take
we're
it on
just,
the road.
it's going to be, we're going to be doing this the whole time.
Yeah.
Lathering up with Braylon's breakdown. That's what it's going to be. It's one big
Don't hype me up
fest.
now.
Okay.
Don't
Because,
hype
by the
me
way,
up.
we
I'm
can do
getting
college,
excited.
too. He can do college, too.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Football is football at every level.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Keep it going, buddy.
Hey, and you know what? I see you here in the chat. It is the Ronan9984, one of our regulars.
Ronan.
It was during the
47
breakdown, and when we also talked about the contracts with Jahmyr Gibbs, he says, I like how our guys are not trying to break the bank, but they want to get paid fairly, not next as number one. What do you guys think about that? I know you shared a little bit earlier about the Detroit Lions and the road ahead. Jahmyr Gibbs probably going to set the running back market. But just your perspective as well, Bray, on this type of stuff, man. Being with your franchise, I get the whole family thing, but these guys are still getting paid. They're setting the market.
Yeah, these guys are setting market, and also, too, there's so much money in so many different avenues now in the sports world. There's so many ways to get paid, so many ways for a team to work with insert player or sponsorship deals and things of that nature that, guys can take time to be chill. And if you're looking at a situation like the Detroit Lions where Brad Holmes has shown you, I'm going to pay my guys. Like, I'm going to draft you, you're going to do what you're supposed to, and I'm going to pay you the track record. Why am I tripping about an extra this, that, and the third? Because the goal is to win. So not only are you getting paid in top 1, top 2, top 3 money, you're also on a team that's conducive to winning, which is what I ultimately care about. And now, actually, as always, when you win, you get more money. Because I guarantee you, last time I checked, you win games, you win championships, you win titles. That's when the real dough starts rolling in. And that's a quote from
and so do the endorsements and the commercials and
100%.
things of that nature. The only thing I would take issue is that, like, our guys don't want to break the bank. Penei Sewell is the highest paid tackle.
No, they're going to break the bank.
Yeah. Kirby Joseph was the highest paid safety. Amon-Ra St. Brown, when he signed the contract, was the highest paid wide receiver.
Ding, ding.
Jared Goff was second. So let's not fool ourselves thinking that, well, these guys want to be here and they're going to take less money. Bull roar. They're taking as much as they should get. I'd be doing it too.
It's one thing to want to break the bank. It's one thing to break the bank with your contract. There's another thing to talk about breaking the bank, to be in the media talking about breaking the bank, to tell them what a team should pay you. This is what I'm going to accept. This is what I'm not going to accept. How did you pay this guy that and you can't pay me that? And I'm better than this guy. Oh, by the way, the guy's on the same team.
Yeah.
That's what you don't have out of Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, who got paid, Jared Goff. You didn't get that out of them. So, yeah, there was conversation going on. There was a lot of stuff back rooming, but it was quiet. It was professional. It was respectful to the organization, which keeps the fan base at chill.
So well said. So, I mean, the culture, you've talked about this. Just look at the difference in culture between the Lions and the Cowboys. Okay? I hate bringing up the Cowboys, but they're an easy ass
target.
to kick. The Lions handle their stuff the right way. And people were like, Alex Anzalone is talking to the media and saying, I'm disappointed that I didn't get a contract extension. What did the Lions do? They didn't give him the extension, but they made him a happier camper with this year on what's going on. You don't see Alex Anzalone doing what CeeDee Lamb has done and Micah Parsons has done and guys have done before in Dallas. That's what culture is all about.
Easy secret, easy shortcut. This extends beyond the realm of athletes. Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be appreciated. Like, at the end of the day, it's appreciation that you want. Now, that appreciation comes in the form of cash in sports, but they just want to feel appreciated. And when Alex Anzalone said what he said, made those comments, it was the appreciation factor is what he was really seeking. I helped you guys turn this organization around. I have led this defense for the last 3 years, which is all true. I just want to feel appreciated. And now you don't hear anything else because of what Shep said. It's because they showed him, hey, we value you. We appreciate you. When you do that for a player, speaking as a former player, all right, bet, cool.
Okay.
You know what?
You met me halfway.
You know what? I don't even know I was tripping.
Yeah.
I don't even know I was tripping.
Yeah.
But the squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Well, he was what, the 18th highest paid linebacker when he started openly talking about it. I was going to say complaining, talking about it. So they've helped him in that regard. All right, couple more from the chat, and we appreciate it as always here on the Braylon Edwards Show. Kool-Aid?
Yeah, maybe time for. I'm interested in your comments on Jack Flaherty.
Oh, hey.
Look, oh gosh,
we only got a minute.
Both
we only got a
of
minute.
Because I keep bringing his name up.
So he's 6-12. 12 leads all of baseball. He's got an ERA of 4.76. He's got a WHIP of 1.3. And he has allowed 5 runs in each of his last 2 starts.
Is he a 3 anymore?
He wasn't hit hard last night. You got to find a way to get the outs. My complaint has been this with the fan base. We're going to bitch and moan about Javier Baez making $25 million, and I get it. No one's complaining about Jack Flaherty making $25 million. And by the way, because he made his 20th start, it's a kick-in for the player option. It's $20 million next year, not $10 million. Who signed that contract? So, look, he's not your
Al Avila.
He's right. He's number 2. He's supposed to be your number 2 in the postseason. Let's put it this way: he would not be if the playoffs started today.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I agree.
So good stuff, man. We appreciate it as always. It's always great, especially when we got
It's a
Braylon's
good show,
breakdown.
man.
Really good show.
Get
We
the
appreciate
juices
it.
flowing.
Thank you for the
Can't
chat.
wait till football
Thanks
season.
for liking
Hit that
us,
like.
and thanks for chatting it up with us on the Braylon Edwards Show here on Woodward Sports. We're back tomorrow in studio 2 to 4. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, everybody.
Peace.
Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep
Edwards has it. 10-5, touchdown.
on the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep,
Bar looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network.